Do you think there's something bigger that Richards wants to do with all this, or you think he even knew about it beforehand?
Yeah, a lot of people think he almost baited the SEC, right? And I'm sure he would have rather not had this whole thing happen. But with him being as loud as he is, and with him speaking truth to power and talking about speaking truth to power for ages now, ever since his book and his old self-help videos, I'm sure he figured this day would come sooner or later. So, a guy like Richard, he probably figured, why not sooner? So let's get this out of the way. Let's be one of the examples that we set for DeFi protocols in America, at least going forward. Because you got to remember, the SEC is USA only, right? They are kind of like the world police sometimes. They pretend to be the world police and starting to piss everyone else off. Like, just look at the BRICS, look at the BRICS alternative currency going up to compete with the US dollar. Yeah, basically, I do think we're in the macro cycle. We're kind of cycling back into this decentralization of power after the imperialism of the American empire, after we forced the world reserve currency on many different countries by saving them with democracy. Lol. Everyone's kind of getting tired of it, right? So Brazil, Russia, India, South Africa, they're fighting back. And many other countries are like, you know what? Wait, we don't have to use your BS dollar anymore. We can go do our own thing. Or El Salvador is like, yeah, we can just use accept Bitcoin. And now all of a sudden our crime is way down. And it's actually a pretty good place to live now, from what I hear. I think Richard's going to try to be a part of history with this, to actually do something positive in terms of progress for innovation, and progress for what he believes to be basic fundamental human rights. The freedom of speech and freedom of assembly mantras from the sacrifice phase were not arbitrary. They weren't winks and nods. And although there was some aspect of like, yeah, you're probably going to get these coins, you might not, but you probably will. He really did want to drive the point home that I believe in freedom of speech, freedom of assembly. He really does get pissed off when, Tornado Cash developer gets thrown in jail, or when mask mandates prevent people from, small business owners from just getting by. And now everybody's addicted to debt. And they're sucking on the government teats, hoping to get, a PPP loan or whatever it might be. When you got helicopter money flying out of the window, and people are just squabbling around on the floor trying to pick up dollars just to get by. And, a house is worth, what is it, like 10 times an average year's wage, whereas before it was like 3 years, in 1950 or something. I don't know the numbers exactly, but things are getting less and less fair. And cryptocurrency is one of the only good things bringing the power back to the people. So I think this is his fight to fight. I think whatever happens, whether he ends up a martyr or he wins, again, this is going to have no effect on the underlying technology, right? This is going to be optics. If anything, it's just, and look, if the bull market was back, all the framing of this SEC news would be, oh, look at how much more exposure this is getting hexed, right? If it bleeds, it leads. All news is good news, right? People would be saying that. And really, you show me the color of the candle and I'll tell you the news. That's how it works. But this is going to be his fight, right? I don't think he will end up in jail or anything like that. I think it's very possible that he gets fined. I think it's also very possible that he wins. Those are kind of the two. I'd give both of those like almost like equal probability, like 48%, 48%, maybe 2% something worse, right? Or 4% something worse.